What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me today. On today's episode, we have got something really special that we're going to work with. We're going to be making Ube Pancakes. Now, inside this bag is everything you need to make Ube Pancakes. The only thing that you need to add is water. So, story time. We've been selling Ube Pancakes at Ninong since 2012. As it became more popular, we could not keep up with the demand and created our own pancake mix from scratch using all ingredients that we source from different vendors to make sure the quality of the pancake mix that we use inside the restaurant makes it to your home and there's no sacrifice in quality. So what we're going to work with today and what we sell on our website, link in the description if you want to buy yourself a bag of this pancake mix. What you're going to work with at home is exactly what we're going to cook with here today. Now, what are we going to do? Obviously, we're going to make Ube Pancakes, but also I'm going to show you how to repurpose that pancake mix and make some Ube Waffles. So let's move over to the prep station so we can all check it out. Let's start with the pancakes. What you're going to need is a bowl. If you guys have a food scale, I highly recommend using it, but there are instructions on the back of the bag that go by cups and volume. The only thing that is inaccurate about that is you don't really get as accurate as a measurement as you would with measuring it by weight, because it says 2 cups, but some people pack the pancake mix into that cup and other people don't, and that's important because it'll change the density of your pancake mix. I just tiered it so that it doesn't weigh the weight of the bowl. So we're reading at 0 pounds 0 ounces right now, and we want 1 pound of pancake mix. So now we're looking at 1 pound of pancake mix here. And to that, we're gonna add 1.5 cups of cold water. You gotta make sure your water is cold because the leavener that we have in this pancake mix is activated by heat. And we're just gonna pour it right on top of our dry mix. You can already see it changing color. And I bet you guys went and reached for one of these guys to start mixing. You can, but what I like to use is a spatula. So the second leading cause for flat pancakes is over mixing. And when you mix this batter, the agitations and friction that happen while you're stirring along like this can also create enough heat to activate the leavener. So grab yourself a spatula and just really fold in gently the wet to your dry ingredients. And we're looking to just combine the two. We don't need to mix out all of the lumps. Lumps are good for pancakes, if you guys didn't already know that. And like I said earlier, we are avoiding agitating this batter too much because that will activate our leavener. So you really just want to scrape and fold until we no longer have any visible dry pancake mix. And there we go. That's it. I'm gonna keep it exactly like this, lumps and all. These lumps will have small little dry pockets of batter like that, but it's all good because we are not ready to cook with this yet. You want to combine and then let it sit for 5 minutes before we start cooking with it. So while this is hanging out, we're gonna work on the waffle batter. We're gonna keep it really simple and use the same water to pancake mix ratio. Yep. A little bit overboard there. There we go. 1 pound. Scoop this guy over. So we got our water here. So the difference between the pancake mix and our waffle is, in order to ensure we've got crispy edges and a little bit more texture in our waffle, we're gonna add an egg, room temperature if you can get it there, and we're gonna add a 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. Instead of cracking my egg into the bowl, I'm gonna crack it into our water mixture here, because we're going to whisk it inside the water. Because if we whisk it inside our pancake batter, again, we run the risk of having a flat, gummy, and chewy waffle. Grab our whisk. That's looking proper. Now we pour this into our dry mix. just fold just like the pancake mix. Now you're gonna notice that the waffle batter is a little bit more loose than the pancake batter because we added more liquid to it. We added an egg and we added the vegetable oil. This batter is done. Okay, so we got waffle batter here and we've got pancake batter to the left. Notice the difference in viscosity? Yeah. Our waffle batter is much looser than the pancake mix. And that's all good. Both of these guys need to hang out. Let those little pockets of dry pancake mix hydrate. But in the meantime, let's create some toppings for our pancakes and waffles. If you do want to dress up your pancakes a little bit, I'm going to show you guys how to make a whipped and sweetened yuzu butter. At the restaurant, we used to do Sancerval butter topping and our ube cookie butter drizzle. So this butter is at room temperature. You can work with any jam, actually. I'm gonna work with a yuzu fruit spread. You can do strawberry, you can do grape, apricot, pineapple, whatever you've got lying around. But this is a half cup of butter, and we're gonna do 2 tablespoons of whatever fruit spread, jam, or preserve that you wanna use. And I'm just approximating here. 1, 2, that looks like 2 tablespoons. And then so that we have a little bit of friction, we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of sugar. That's just gonna help us break down our butter. And then with an even smaller whisk, just break this guy up and stir him around. Oh boy. Time out. Gotta get in here and cut out this butter. Oh my god, this is a fail. As we work with it, I'm hoping it starts to loosen up and it doesn't get stuck inside our whisk. Now the heat from the friction of whisking and from my hand from holding the bowl will hopefully be on our side here. Just want to whip this butter quickly. You just want to keep whisking until you no longer hear the crackling of the sugar.
Much later.
So now we're gonna put this aside and we're gonna start to warm up our equipment. Here we go, guys. This is the setup. We got our pancake batter over here to the right, our preheated non-stick electric griddle here on the left. We want this cooking surface at 350 degrees before we get any batter on there. And then optional, a food disher or ice cream scooper. This is a 2-ounce scooper. And then I've got a cup here so that after I scoop my pancake mix, it'll just hang out there. And instead of making a mess everywhere, you just gotta clean 1 cup. Let's get started. Give ourselves a nice even spray. And we're gonna give each pancake some space to expand. There we go. Take a look at our pancake batter. Nicely spaced out, nothing's touching. So as the pancake batter hits the griddle, it's gonna bring down the temperature of your cooking surface. And if they're too close to each other, you're gonna get uneven cooking underneath and between some of these pancakes. So give them about 1 inch. Social distance your pancakes, essentially, is what I'm trying to tell you. And then once they go down, don't touch it. Let it do its thing. You can already see our leavener activating. They create these little bubbles in pockets, and as it gets hot, it creates more bubbles, and the heat starts cooking the batter, and that's how you get a fluffy and airy pancake. Let's look closer at our batter. I don't know if you can see that, but there's air pockets in between the batter. When I pull it aside like this, it's kind of stretchy. That's because our leavener is activated and it is creating air in between our batter, and that's what is gonna give us our fluffy pancakes. So that's also why I always warn people not to mix too much when they're mixing their pancake batter. Now we're starting to get these craters up top. That's the first indicator that lets you know it's time to flip. And look at that. Perfect, your boy still got it. Get under here. And as far as flipping goes, commit. That's the only way that you're going to get underneath these guys without pressing them into one another or accidentally like mushing it or folding it in half like a quesadilla. Get your spatula underneath a corner, and then with a little bit of force and in one motion, get underneath that pancake and flip them around. The first side cooked for about 3 minutes. This second side is gonna cook for 1.5 to 2 minutes. And the reason being is that it's the top layer of your pancake had already come to temperature, and we're just using the residual heat. It's being cooked from the hot side that just left the cooking surface, and it's kind of getting sandwiched and cooking the center of our pancake. So if you go 3 minutes, you've already got a dry and tough pancake. You want to go 3 minutes on one side, flip it, and give it about 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes, and this guy is done. So while we're waiting for this, if you guys are wondering how many pancakes you can make with 1 bag of our mix, 1 bag of that pancake mix will make 30 to 35 of these 2-ounce pancakes. Yeah, I know these guys are done. So they are ready to come off. Here, got ourselves a cute little quarter sheet, and we're just gonna place our pancakes on here. Now when I scoop these pancakes, I'm actually not getting right to the top. I heap it a little bit. Don't waste any food. Get in there, scrape up the remaining amount of pancake batter. So if you wanted to do a whole batch of these pancakes ahead of time, you can actually cook them just like this. Let them get to room temperature, put them inside a freezer bag, and toss them in the freezer. If you're holding at 0 degrees or preferably like -10, these pancakes will hold for like 2 months. So all you gotta do is pull them out, throw them in the toaster, and they're perfect and ready to eat again. Back at the restaurant, we used to go through, I wanna say 120 quarts of just Ube pancake batter every weekend. No special occasion, just breakfast, brunch, and lunch rush. So rewind all the way back to 2012, and Ube just was not as popular as it is today. It's not nearly as mainstream, but there were a few Filipino food like pioneers that created this push to popularize Filipino food and familiarize people with our cuisine that only knew about like pancit or lumpia. I like to think that we were part of that group that introduced Filipino flavors using Western techniques and introducing it to American or like immigrant American households. And that's one of the true accomplishments that I feel like we achieved with Ninong's Cafe. And this item right here specifically is what helped us achieve that. This little one is done. If we get it in here on the side of that pancake, okay, right there. On the side of that pancake, you see that nice velvety skin. That's a good pancake. And then you've got this crispy top, crispy bottom. It's the little things get me excited. There. Oh no. This is one of my OCD things. So this pancake is a little bit thicker than the rest of them. So I always make sure it's on the base, because when we're topping these guys, we want a good foundation so the toppings and stuff doesn't just like tilt off. 1 pound of pancake mix makes a short stack for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hungry breakfast, lunch, or dinner peeps. So now we've got our waffle iron plugged in. So while we wait for that, let's plate ourselves some pancakes. And then right here is our yuzu butter. I just have a little 1 ounce ice cream scooper, and we're gonna pad the center a little bit to give ourselves a little crater for the butter to just sit on top of. And then a touch of powdered sugar here. And that right there is our first stack of Ube pancakes. Nice and fluffy, perfectly cooked. Now let's cut into this guy. Here we go, guys. Normally, I would invite Kissa to come and have some pancakes with me, but she's not a fan of Ube pancakes. She's had too many of them. She knows they're good, she knows they're delicious, and everybody enjoys them, but she just, through the years, she's just had so many that she just can't have another bite. But that's all good. That just means there's more for me. Here we go. Check that out. Got a nice knob of butter on the end of my fork there. So I just had to cut a piece of pancake to show you guys just how fluffy that is. Lightly sweet. Really like melts on your palate. Let's get in here for another shot. All right. I think our waffle iron should be ready right now, but I'm gonna finish this pancake first. Just like our griddle, I'm gonna hit both sides of our waffle iron with a little bit of cooking spray. Let's just do 1 2-ounce scoop per square. So this portion is just about the same size as our pancakes. And I'm not too worried about spreading it out to the corners because I do like that homemade look. Drop this guy down. We're gonna let it cook for about 5 minutes. Let's see how our waffles are doing. Not too bad, honestly. Let's get this on a tray. Yet again. So we're just gonna pour our batter on top of that. Let's do 1.5 scoops of batter. And the last quadrant. There we go. Press this down, and we're gonna wait about 4.5 to 5 minutes since there's more batter this time around. So the waffles, just like the pancakes, if you wanted to prep a bunch of these ahead of the time, they store just the same way. Let them come down to room temperature, stick them in a freezer bag, and remove as much air as you can from the bag. Fold it up, put it in your freezer, and they'll hold for up to 2 months in below 0 degrees temperature. 5 minutes later, and we got some square waffles. Square-ish. I don't know. I kind of like them looking like this better. But whatever. These guys are done, so they need to come out. These don't look too bad either. But I don't know. Something home style about the other pancakes that like pleases me aesthetically. Here's one of the 1.5 scoop waffles. I guess that would make it 2.5 ounces. But I don't know if the camera can pick this up. It's super crispy. Yeah, and then if I crunch it a little bit. You hear that? Let's break into this guy. Brown on the outside, purple on the inside. And in all of the compressed areas, it's nice and crispy. And then the areas that have a little bit of space for the batter to expand, still fluffy, gorgeous. Came out so nice. That's just delightful. So I think the reason why the texture of this waffle is so different from the pancakes, it's not just because of what we put in the batter. A lot of it has to do with the cooking method. We're cooking from both sides at what I'm assuming at peak temperature is about anywhere between 350 to 375 degrees. And it's acting like a pressure cooker because you have heat coming from the top side and the bottom side, cooking and steaming our waffle, creating this really crispy crust. And because of the dimples in this waffle, we get crunch down here and then fluff, chew in this area. And it makes a really nice waffle. Holy crap. That's good. I recommend cooking it this way also. It's been about 4.5 minutes and our next batch of waffles are ready. And 4. Now I'm just scraping the last of our batter off here. So you want to make sure you make use of every last ounce of your pancake batter. Done. Wait 5 minutes. Final batch of waffles, and we're looking golden. And these are so cute. Yeah, I really like this. This aesthetic pleases me. I'm gonna move our waffle iron aside, and then we're gonna plate some of these waffles. Here we are, guys. We got our Ube waffles. We got our butter over here, and we're gonna prepare it the same way we did the pancakes. Just a little scoop, and then we're gonna dust it with that powdered sugar. And that's looking like an awesome plate of waffles. Let's give it a taste test. One of the benefits about a waffle over the pancakes is our little dimples hold on to all of that butter. So instead of it sliding off of your pancake, it creates this really convenient cup of butter for you. Let's cut into this bad boy. Dip it into the butter and bite time. I'm a big texture guy when it comes to eating, and I get crisp, I get a little bit of crunch, and some nice chew from this waffle. Hate to admit it, but I like the waffle better than the pancake. So, the pancake mix. I'm gonna put a link in the description so that you can buy directly from our online store, so you can make this at home. We ship to all of the US using the United States Postal Service. We're trying to get into Canada, and we have a vendor that is interested in distributing for us in the UK. So we're coming to you. Slowly but surely, we're gonna get out there. And oddly enough, we don't have anybody in the Philippines that wants to sell our pancake mix, but we'll get there. Here, let me get these on camera. So pancakes or waffles, which one do you prefer? In this instance, I gotta go with the waffle. Tried and true pancake. We built our business off of this guy here, but the waffle, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just fatigued from pancakes because I had it so often. This waffle, it hits different. It's so nice. But let me know what you prefer in the comments. I do read them. I don't get a lot of them yet, but I do read your comments and I try to respond to them, and they really make my day. My channel's so tiny. Any activity on there really like puts a smile on my face. So I appreciate you guys that continue to comment weekly. I'm gonna eat this first. Chew, chew, chew. Let me show you the leftover. I plated 3 waffles. I ate 1. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can make 18 waffles with just 1 pound of the dry mix. And then you saw we did 16.5 pancakes using just 1 pound. Each bag of pancake mix comes with 2 pounds. So you're honestly set for a month. Give it out for gifts or share with your friends and family. Do what you will with our Ube Pancake mix. I'm gonna make a link in the description where you can buy. And currently, right now, December of 2020, we have a discount code. If you put flatten the curve at checkout, you get 10% off of your entire order. So thank you guys again for joining me on this channel. Sorry if I sounded a little bit silly, but I really wanted to share my family's recipe for Ube Pancakes. We started this, pioneered the Ube Pancake craze, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I'll be back after Christmas in 2021, first week of January. We're gonna get another video up, and it's gonna be another banger. Love you guys. Like the video if you enjoyed the content. Subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you in the next one. Woo-hoo.